guys out of the play-in finally?
It's a full 48 minutes. Like, we've had enough emotional roller coaster rides. The last two games, one didn't go our way, one did. So just a matter of sticking with it, you know, trying to make plays down the stretch, defensively, keying on certain guys. But like you said, playing it's why it's here. It's why the league created it, because it's a lot of drama. And it's nice to know what it feels like to win one. We are 1-3 now.
You also told me back in January, look, with your championship pedigree of you, Draymond, and Steve Curry, you feel like you could beat anyone in the 7-game series. Now you face the Houston Rockets. How do you feel going into the series? You faced them 5 times this year, including the in-season tournament.
Yeah, they're a great team. They're a number 2 seed for a reason. They're young, athletic, they're hard-nosed. Jalen Green playing at a high level. Sengun, up and down the roster. So it's going to be a tough physical series. We just love the opportunity to be in the playoffs again and have an opportunity to strategize and figure it out on the fly. So I'm looking forward to the weekend. No matter how it plays out, this is what you love.
Steph, Jimmy Butler had 68 points in these 2 games. He clearly is amped it up another level to playoff Jimmy. What can playoff Jimmy do for you guys as you enter this playoff series?
I mean, I know that nickname has a ring to it because of what he's done, over the last 5-6 years, whatever. But he's been that player. It doesn't matter what the stat sheet looks like. He does what it takes to help us win. And against a team like Memphis tonight, they were giving him driving lanes. He was getting to the free throw line. He was finishing. He knocked down a couple threes. And he was doing it, half injured with his quad. So excited to get some rest. Excited for him to be back at this, in this environment, playoff basketball. And it's going to take everybody for us to get the.
Moody with the throwdown. Warriors up by 16. Back come the Grizz. Ja Morant throws it off the window to himself and puts it on in. That is vintage. Morant starts with the left, comes back with the right. Nicely done. Grizzlies down 12 at the break. They make it a 5-point game. Jimmy Butler the third. Butler had 38 in this game. Golden State up 7. But Morant, who had 22, baseline, Jay gets that to go. Morant down after the play. You see him, the right ankle goes. Morant walking toward the bench. He would later return. Grizzlies down 3 after 3 in the fourth. Morant back in there, knocks that one down. Limping, but making shots. Warriors up 1. Steph banks it in. His hand looked kind of stuck coming off the screen. Makes the jumper. He's wincing in pain. That thumb is an issue, but he stays in, comes back in, and just keeps on hitting shots. 3 ball. Warriors up 2 now. Get it to Steph. Corner 3. Got that. Not done. Warriors up 3. 1 more from Curry. I said Jimmy had 38. Steph with 37. How's that for a twosome? And the Warriors hang on. Beat a gutty Grizzlies team. 121-116 the final. And while the stats from the game won't officially count, it was just the second time this season the Warriors had multiple 30-point scorers in the same game. The other time was Sunday night against the Clippers when Curry had 36 and Butler had 30. So you got playoff Jimmy, play-in Jimmy.
Same score, which was 51-35. Watch Curry working relentlessly with and without the ball. After traveling 143 feet, he gets it back in the corner, just like he planned it, and splashes a 3, plus the foul. I mean, this is remarkable, but this is Curry. 15 points in the first half. Golden State was up by 20 after the made free throw. Meanwhile, Grizzlies have Ja Morant. And look at that. Tough layup, gets it to go. Morant, 15 points in that first half. Imposing his will. Grizzlies are in it because of Ja Morant. All right, third quarter, Grizzlies down 76-67. Climbing back. Desmond Bane had a lot to do with that. Gets the leaning shot to go, plus the foul. He had 30 points. And later in the third, Butler the third, the steal. And on the other end, he gets the easy flush. 38 points for Jimmy Butler the third. 7 boards, 6 assists as well. Morant. The float. Wait a minute, he's down after that play. Looks like he twisted his right ankle after he landed on the floor. Morant would eventually, I mean, this was scary stuff. Million replays, but looked like he just came down on it awkwardly. After getting some treatment, he'd come back in the game to make the free throw and then leave the game. He'd take something on the sidelines, and fourth quarter with the Grizzlies down 2. He's back in the game, but he's hobbling, but that doesn't matter to Ja Morant. He had 22 points, and he ties up the game. They were down 20. Later in the fourth, Curry clearly in pain, grabbing his wrist. But that would not stop him with the Warriors up 1. Curry says, we're not losing this game. They go up by 4. About 5 minutes to play. Grizzlies down 4. Gary Payton II tries to save it. Goes right to Morant. Scottie Pippen Jr. can't get the layup to go. But the loose ball finds Bane. Desmond Bane, 5 of 8 from three-point range. Under 2 minutes to go. Warriors up 2. Curry. The corner 3 is all his. He owns it to put the Warriors up 5. About a minute to play with the Warriors up just 3. Curry. And Golden State goes up by 6. Look at this move to get open. Under a minute to play with the Warriors up by 4. Butler the third driving, but then basically his only mistake of the game, throws it away. On the other end, Pippen Jr. goes up, and he is fouled. Now, it appears to be a clean block by Brandon Podziemski, but the Warriors are out of challenges. And Pippen Jr. goes 1 for 2 from the line, and Grizzlies down 3 now with 5.4 seconds left. Santi Aldama inbounding for Memphis, but take a look at the officials' count. So that's how the Grizzlies lose? A 5-second violation? Yes, 37 points for Curry in the victory. Here's Steph with Ohm Youngmisuk. Oh, yeah.
It's one they just had to just grind it out there at the end.
Yeah, it was, it's a playoff game, even though, it disappears into the ether, as we all know. There's no record of it, but it's a playoff game. And, I tried to downplay it a little bit before the game, but we desperately needed to win this game and get 4 days. Our guys have been basically playing knockout games for about 3 weeks, and one high-level game after another. And so to get this one, took 83 games, but we're right where we want to be, which is back in the playoffs, and we've got a chance. But maybe most importantly, we get the time to rest and prepare, because these guys need that desperately right now.
Were you surprised how much they were kind of sagging off Jimmy?
No, I mean they started Zach Edey on Jimmy, and we kind of anticipated that, and I understand the philosophy, but Jimmy is so good and so crafty that even if you're not up on him, even if you give him 10 feet of space, he knows how to draw fouls. And 18 shots from the foul line. That's just who Jimmy is. He controls games. That's why he is who he is. He's able to, in these big moments, these big games, he just settles you down constantly.
Could you sense that he knew early if they were going to, if that was the scheme they were going to use, he was going to need to kind of.
If that was, I'm sorry.
If that was the scheme they were going to use, that he would need to kind of down the score.
I mean, we talked about it at shoot around this morning. We anticipated that matchup, and he just told me, I don't care who guards me, just give me space, give me the ball, I'll make something happen. And that's the beauty of Jimmy. I mean, you guys can see it. Like we have morphed into a different team. We've got the movement and the flow of Steph, but we've also become, for half the game, a great ISO team. We've never been an ISO team here, and there's great advantage to that. To be able to get to the line, to be able to generate offense without, having to fly around and set a million screens. So Jimmy has completely changed everything for us since he's been here, and tonight was a great example of that.
Tonight in the non-Steph minutes.
While this was a play-in game, the Warriors got their first glimpse of playoff Jimmy on Tuesday. He led the way with 38 points, the most by a Warriors player in their play-in tournament or playoff debut with the franchise. It's also Butler's most points in any game this season. Warriors facing the Rockets in the first round.
All right, let's head to the East. Magic hosting the Hawks.
Xin chào các mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng. Vòng này của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là tam giác Mọi người, hôm nay tiêu đề mình có là giác quan. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu làm nha. Sáng mai tỉnh dậy làm gì? Ai hỏi ai hôm đây? Dành cho em. Mọi người, đây là màu hồng nha. Tiếp đến là màu trắng nha. Mọi người, giờ đến màu xanh nhá. Mọi người, giờ là màu trắng tiếp nha.